Welcome, everyone, and thanks for joining our webinar today. I'm Amanda Mariner, Global Product Manager here at Pendotech, and I'm excited to kick off today's webinar, 20 Years of Pendotech Innovation, Solving Bioprocessing Challenges Then, Now, and Next. In today's webinar, we'll take a look back on the evolution of Pendotech, from a small startup to an industry leader, reflecting on our innovation journey and how our technologies have helped solve industry challenges. We'll also reflect on how customer needs have changed over the past 2 decades and how we plan to continue to solve customer pain points as the industry evolves. Before taking a look at the future of innovation, we'll take a step back 20 years to where Pendotech began. Pendotech has been at the forefront of downstream bioprocessing equipment innovation since 2005, when the company was founded by Jim Fury and Dennis Anarelli. The first product launched was the normal flow filtration screening system, a process development system aimed at tackling the tedious, manual, and time-consuming process of filter selection. Shortly thereafter, the single-use pressure sensor was developed, designed to reduce the need for expensive and time-consuming sanitation requirements. The single-use pressure sensor has since become Pendotech's flagship product and was an industry catalyst towards single-use technology. In the early days of Pendotech, close customer collaboration enabled us to develop products that actually met customer needs and tackled real industry challenges. Fast forward to today, Pendotech's product portfolio has evolved over the last 20 years, along with our customers and the industry. The process control system portfolio has expanded to 5 bespoke development systems, and we've expanded our single-use sensor offerings, including new line sizes and materials that better meet customer needs. We've more recently introduced new parameters, such as pH, to support evolving industry requirements, and launched next-generation transmitters with advanced capabilities. In 2021, we were even acquired by global industry leader Mettler-Toledo, whose complementary competence in sensor measurements allow us to provide customers with a comprehensive sensor portfolio for both downstream and upstream processes. Looking towards the future, Pendotech plans to remain at the forefront of innovation and continue to be an industry leader. In today's webinar, you'll get a glimpse into our plans for the future, which include innovating in line with industry needs, including smart data, intelligent sensor management, automation, and keeping sustainability and design for environment in mind. But most importantly, as Pendotech looks towards the future of innovation, we remain committed to a customer-centric design approach, listening closely to customer pain points and innovating products to simplify your daily processes, improve efficiencies, and reduce your time to market. In today's webinar, you're going to hear from several Pendotech leaders. First, you'll hear from Elliot Hames, our regional sales rep, on his session, The Future of Bioprocessing, in which he will explore the trends shaping the industry and share real-world insights from the field. Next, Nick Troyes, our engineering lead for sensor development, will walk you through the importance of innovative sensor technologies and share what's coming next at Pendotech. Ralph Donkey, our EMEA market manager, will share how customer needs are evolving and the real-world challenges they're solving. And lastly, Dan Petrino, our manager of customer experience, will share the importance of supporting customers beyond the point of purchase. So thanks again for joining our webinar today and for being part of Pendotech's evolution. And now I will hand it off to Elliot to kick us off.
Thanks, Amanda. Today I'll be presenting on the future of bioprocessing, innovation, efficiency, and market transformation. So first, let's explore the exciting journey into the future of bioprocessing, an evolving landscape showing how we develop and manufacture vital biological products like vaccines, therapeutics, and enzymes. This future is defined by rapid advancement designed to boost efficiency, scalability, and quality in production. Central to this evolution are smart, automated systems, advanced sensors that provide real-time monitoring and quality control, modular and flexible manufacturing platforms, and a strong emphasis on data-driven decision-making. All these improvements enhance regulatory compliance by ensuring better traceability and data integrity and drive forward the development of continuous bioprocessing techniques. Current modalities. Currently, major biopharma modalities include vaccines, mRNA therapeutics, and monoclonal antibodies. These modalities are revolutionizing disease treatment and patient care. Their complex nature demands specialized manufacturing and QC approaches, among which single-use technologies play a crucial role. Single-use technologies, or SUT, uses disposable, pre-sterilized components. SUTs are used in downstream processing operations like filtration, chromatography, mixing, and fluid transfer. By eliminating the need for cleaning and sterilization between batches, SUT reduces cross-contamination risks, enhances process flexibility, lowers operational costs, and integrates quickly with existing workflows. Are you aware of the latest biotherapeutic breakthroughs to deliver personalized and lasting treatments? Moving beyond recent advancements in biotherapeutics, highlighting promising areas such as peptide therapeutics, small chains of amino acids exemplified by GLP-1 receptor agonists that regulate insulin secretion and appetite as an example. Next, we have antibody drug conjugates, which have seen improvements in linker and payload technologies, boosting targeting accuracy and effectiveness while expanding into new cancer types and combination therapies. Simultaneously, cell and gene therapies are pioneering approaches where engineered living cells repair or replace damaged tissues, and gene therapies correct faulty biological functions, offering long-lasting solutions for complex diseases. These modalities are driving personalized medicine approaches, necessitating advanced manufacturing technologies and rigorous quality control to meet the unique demands of each patient. Driving personalized medicine with advanced manufacturing. To support these innovations, advanced manufacturing in biopharma incorporates cutting-edge technologies such as automation, single-use tools, and real-time multi-parameter measurements combined with data-driven quality control. Single-use technology enables rapid changeover, contamination-free environments, and flexible small batch production, while multi-parameter measurement systems ensure continuous monitoring of critical variables, improve data accuracy, and strengthen process control. Together, these advancements lower operational costs and increase productivity. Within Mettler-Toledo's portfolio, multi-parameter measurement solutions exemplify this approach. For example, the Pendotech DAX system supports up to 14 sensors and includes alarm outputs capable of automatically shutting down connected pumps when necessary. It can monitor an array of inputs, including pressure, weight, flow, pH, conductivity, UV, turbidity, and temperature. Complementing this, the Ingold M800 process 4-channel multi-parameter transmitter offers reliable, simultaneous measurement across 4 channels for parameters like conductivity, dissolved gases, ORP, and pH. Additionally, the Thornton M800 water transmitter provides multi-parameter monitoring for water applications, supporting 1 to 4 inline sensors for conductivity, total organic carbon, dissolved ozone, and other critical metrics. Looking ahead at the market outlook, the BCG report, The New Modalities of 2024, underscores substantial growth driven by monoclonal antibodies, antibody drug conjugates, recombinant proteins, bispecific antibodies, and mRNA drugs. Antibodies lead the pipeline, followed by proteins and peptides. While cell therapies are merging with limited marketed products, gene therapies remain largely in the developmental phase. The coming years promise intense competition, where success hinges on delivering unique value propositions, enhancing patient care, and accelerating the speed to market, especially for curative therapies where a first mover advantage is key. In summary, the bioprocessing landscape is rapidly evolving towards greater efficiency and flexibility through smart automation, advanced sensing technologies, and modular manufacturing platforms. Innovative modalities like vaccines, mRNA, monoclonal antibodies, antibody drug conjugates, and cell and gene therapies are reshaping treatment programs. Advanced manufacturing approaches such as single-use technologies and continuous processing are making production safer, faster, and more cost-effective. Next-generation multi-parameter sensors provide real-time monitoring with improved accuracy and seamless integration, As new modalities dominate pipeline growth, maintaining a competitive edge will depend on speed, innovation, and adaptable manufacturing strategies. This integrated approach positions us to meet the future needs of the biopharma industry with confidence and agility. Are you ready to embrace the future? Let's innovate, integrate, and impact lives. And here are some references for the data that I've shown you today. Thank you for your attention. And now I will pass it to Nick.
Thank you, Elliot. Good morning and good afternoon, everyone. I'm Nick Choice, an engineering lead for Pendotech, and I'm here to talk to you today about 20 years of innovation at Pendotech in the biopharmaceutical industry and take a look at the evolutions of sensors and systems. So let's start off taking a view of the transformation of the biotech industry. To start, we have all seen how much biotechnology has transformed in the past few decades. Through innovations like single-use technology, it has grown from a traditional craft into a cutting-edge industry. It's honestly remarkable the amount of progress that has been made in the relative amount of time that the industry has been around. From the discovery of the DNA structure and synthesis in the 50s to the development of recombinant DNA technology just 20 years later, the rapid development over the last 10 to 15 years of genetic engineering following the reprogramming of CRISPR into a gene editing tool, to the rapid evolution of mRNA vaccines in response to the COVID epidemic. Biotechnology has and will continue to transform to produce advanced therapies and new treatments to support public health. But this will require continued innovations, which Pendotech is committed to being at the forefront for. The importance of innovation cannot be understated. With the growth of biotechnology, there has been a flood of new products that have entered market and along with it, many financial incentives. With countries striving to claim their positions in future markets, the global biotech market, valued at $1.55 trillion in 2023, is set to hit $3.88 trillion by 2030, growing at a 13.96% CAGR. Biotechnology is definitely a prestigious technology of the future, and innovation has paved the way for these treatments and is necessary to keep the next generation coming. The rapid growth of biotechnology has had many cascading effects and has driven significant advancements and demands across the industry. As this field expands, there's an increasing demand for better operational capabilities. There's a need to support more complex, and in some applications, larger scale processes more efficiently. The need for more efficient process drives the need for innovations in process technology. These innovations then enhance productivity, quality, and reliability. Ultimately, this was one of the main contributing factors to the development of single-use technologies. Single-use technologies have enabled the growth of biotechnology through enhancements to operational capabilities and increasing process efficiency. Single-use offers flexibility, reduces contamination risks, and lowers costs, which facilitates the fast-paced industry and state-of-the-art medicines and treatments on their horizon. Together, these factors contribute to more streamlined, efficient, and innovative bioprocessing operations, which is positioning the industry for continued success and breakthroughs. So what are the key aspects of a successful bioprocess? Well, in order for a biopharmaceutical product to make it to market, it requires a robust bioprocess. And what makes a robust, well-controlled bioprocess? Productivity, efficiency, and quality. A process that compromises in any of these aspects will not only struggle with profitability, but can also be a risk to patient safety. In order to be productive, efficient, and quality controlled, the process must be well understood and controlled, which is where sensors come into play. Such is achievable with precise process analytics and measurement technologies like sensors that Pendotech offers. At the heart of every bioprocess is the bioproduct, the drug, protein, gene, cell, etc., whatever that material of interest is. These materials are known to be extremely sensitive to environmental factors. Even minor uncontrolled changes in parameters such as composition, pH, temperature, or pressure can have a significant impact and can cause major disruptions if left unchecked. Continuous monitoring and control of these critical process parameters are essential for a stable operation. Sensors send signals carrying critical information regarding the process and can alert us immediately if anything begins to stray out of the expected or the acceptable range. In return, this allows for consistent product quality and better productivity or yield. This is also necessary to support the scale up from the research or process development stage in the laboratory to large GMP manufacturing. Now let's take a look at some early sensing technology versus some more recent innovative sensors. Early sensing technology and process analytics in single-use applications were primarily performed with offline measurements. That is, samples are removed from the process to be analyzed separately. The act is quite labor-intensive, poses contamination risks, and can slow down critical process decisions as the data is not available in real time. This method is still commonly used today for critical quality attributes that require highly detailed and accurate analysis, but at the cost of efficiency. Online measurements are an innovation of offline products as it still requires sampling, but the analysis can be performed near the production line, allowing for a faster feedback and response. However, these have the same drawbacks in efficiency, productivity, and contamination risks, which affects the overall profitability of the process. Online sensing technology solves some of these concerns as the measurement is directly connected to the process line, meaning it can provide real-time data without operator intervention or sampling. The only drawback is that it still requires a separate line from production, for example, a bypass or a sampling loop, which can have an impact on overall yield or productivity. Inline measurements offer the best and most flexible control as the sensing technology is fully integrated into the production process, enabling continuous and real-time data collection without interruption. Pendotech focuses on inline measurements for this exact reason. One of Pendotech's first innovations was our inline single-use pressure sensor. These sensors, which are now a key component in many bioprocesses, enabled highly accurate, real-time pressure measurements at a time when most pressure measurements were made with reusable stainless steel pressure gauges. This approach had contamination risks and required operators to manually record the pressure value. Now, inline sensors are at the core of bioprocess innovation. Real-time monitoring is crucial because it provides a continuous flow of data without any time delays. This enables faster process adjustments and minimizing the risk of deviation. Furthermore, the reduced risk of contamination, as they further eliminate the need for repeated manual sampling, the entire process can remain within a closed system, helping maintain product purity and ensuring safety throughout. Lastly, the cost and time savings are significant. These sensors help to reduce expenses by eliminating the need for cleaning and sterilization. Additionally, they lead to higher product yields, which ultimately saves both time and money throughout the production cycle. Now let's take a look at single-use sensors and their role in Industry 4.0. Industry 4.0 is also known as the Fourth Industrial Revolution, which refers to the integration of digital technologies into manufacturing and industrial processes. It encompasses the use of cyber-physical systems like the Industrial Internet of Things, IIoT, cloud computing, artificial intelligence, or AI, and big data analytics. It enables real-time monitoring, automation, improved efficiency, and data-driven decision-making, which transforms traditional manufacturing into more flexible, efficient, and interconnected systems. When it comes to data integration, inline sensors offer a seamless connection with Industry 4.0 digital platforms. This integration supports advanced analytics and automation, allowing for smarter decision-making and more efficient process management. So what could the integration of single-use sensors in Industry 4.0 look like? Well, sensors are at the bottom of the automation pyramid shown here. They exist at the process or field level to collect critical bioprocessing data. This information is then sent up the pyramid and through the information chain. PLCs monitor sensors and control basic outputs and functions based on the sensor reading. SCADA systems typically use an HMI to control entire systems or skids in which sensor measurements are a crucial data point. And then the results and overall performance of the system is monitored with a manufacturing execution system, MES, which in some cases may communicate directly with a company's ERP system. Therefore, if sensor measurements are not reliable or the information available is limited, then so are the decisions made using the data. Therefore, robust, smart, and advanced sensors are required in order to successfully adapt Industry 4.0 for bioprocessing, which is something Mettler-Toledo and Pendotech are committed to achieving. Mettler-Toledo is already an expert on this topic with their ISM, Intelligent Sensor Management Platform. This technology represents a transformative advancement in sensor capabilities, offering predictive diagnostics and enabling proactive maintenance strategies. This leads to significantly reduced downtime and lower operational costs by ensuring sensors operate at peak performance in real time. This technology enhances sensor accuracy and longevity, which is critical in demanding bioprocessing environments, especially as we trend towards more continuous processing. Pendotech is evaluating how such a smart sensor platform can be leveraged for single-use technologies, especially in downstream processing. Innovative sensor technologies are needed to solve current customer pain points, such as downstream process intensification and continuous processing optimization. By utilizing the expertise of Mettler-Toledo, Pendotech can innovate sensors that can pioneer the next generation of bioprocessing sensing technology. Through the elevation of sensor performance, enhancing operational efficiency, and opening up vast opportunities for future advancements, we're looking to set new standards for the biopharmaceutical industry. So, in conclusion, over the past 3 decades, advances in genetic engineering have revolutionized biotechnology, driving transformative changes in bioprocessing. The evolution of sensors, from early offline monitoring tools to sophisticated new age devices, has been pivotal in optimizing these complex processes. This is especially appealing to the biopharmaceutical industry, where production is often long, meticulous, and intricate. With the advent of Industry 4.0, the integration of digital technologies and smart sensors has created a connected ecosystem that enhances real-time data acquisition, process control, and automation. The development of such seamless sensor integration is crucial for optimizing manufacturing procedures, ensuring timely completion of drug production runs, and avoiding costly mistakes or batch failures. Together, these advances mark a new era of precision and intelligence, propelling the bioprocessing efficiency and innovation across the industry. Thank you. And now on to Ralph.
Hello everyone, and thank you for joining this special edition of our Pendotech Innovation Series. I'm Ralph, the EMEA Market Manager here at Pendotech. Today's session is called Partner Voices, because rather than focusing solely on technology, we are sharing real stories from our customers. These are the voice shaping of the future bioprocessing. We often hear terms like modular systems, continuous processing, or smart sensors. But for our partners, these aren't buzzwords. They are real needs driven by daily challenges. As they scale downstream processes from lab to commercial, they face hurdles in product quality, process consistency, and complexity. 3 themes that come up again and again. Agility, especially in fast-moving areas like cell and gene therapy. Data confidence, because trusted data is the foundation for compliance. Scalability with control. As one of our partners said, we need to scale without sacrificing precision. Let's look at 2 brief examples of how Pendotech has helped partners meet those challenges. A prominent CDMO based in Denmark faced challenges with the availability of pressure sensors from the supplier for their biopharma production. To avoid a production shutdown, they were pushed to find alternatives. To address these, the CDMO partnered with Pendotech and their partner in the Nordics, Flowtech, leveraging our advanced pressure sensor technology. This partnership allowed the CDMO to do very fast trials of our sensor technology and connect them to their existing filtration system. The results show that our sensors present the same and even better data as before. As a result, the CDMO experienced enhanced operational control, improved data accuracy, and faster scale-up capabilities, supporting their diverse product requirements and secure the supply chain. This case highlights the need of a global leader in vaccine and pharmaceuticals based in the US, who faced significant challenges in maintaining filtration efficiency during vaccine manufacturing. The critical requirement was to have a real-time, reliable monitoring that could provide continuous assessment of filter performance. This would allow operators to make timely adjustment, ensuring product safety and meeting stringent quality and regulatory standards. The main challenges, including the need to measure turbidity continuously to detect any particle breakthrough early on, and to monitor UV absorbance at 280 nanometer, especially during tangential flow filtration, to prevent product losses and maintain process integrity. Achieving accurate inline and real-time data for both turbidity and UV absorbance within the demanding production environment was essential. To address these challenges, the company implemented the Mettler-Toledo PM2 photometer, which offers versatile inline monitoring for both turbidity and UV absorbance. This solution enabled proactive adjustment, ensuring the clarity and purity of the final vaccine product. It also supports the operational efficiency by reducing the risk of reprocessing and maximizing vaccine yield. The US pharmaceutical company requested a demo of the PM2 photometer, and after being satisfied with its performance, proceeded to purchase a system to enhance their filtration monitoring. Looking ahead, our partners are telling us they need more than data. They need actionable insights. Pendotech is investing in sensor-driven systems that support predictive analytics, machine learning models, and real-time process control. We are also enabling seamless transition from batch to hybrid or continuous processing, all while meeting strict regulatory standards. The future is about interpreting data to make smarter, faster decisions. To wrap up, bioprocessing teams today facing complex demands. Single-use technologies and smart sensors are helping bridges the gap between aspiration and execution. Data integrity and adaptability are no longer optional. They are foundational. And most importantly, innovation happens with you, not just for you. Finally, I want to express sincere thanks to all partners. Your feedback and involvement are driven real, meaningful change, and we are proud to be alongside you and this journey and are excited for what's next. Let's keep the conversation going and keep solving challenges together.
Thanks, Ralph. I'm Dan Petrino, Manager of Customer Experience at Pendotech. I'm going to talk about support that scales. We have service, insights, and action. We all know about the divide between expectations and reality. That bioprocessing challenge gap stands between you and your project goals. The solution is service. Optimal post-purchase, startup, and ongoing support are vital to ensure an ideal product experience. Service perception is often considered a cost, but professional service drives success. As we scale globally, we have designed and built service to scale with us to develop a smart platform which establishes a solid partnership between customers and service. A key challenge facing the bioprocessing industry today, particularly as we move more into complex areas like cell and gene therapies, is the post-purchase success gap, the disconnect between purchasing a solution and realizing its full potential. As cell and gene therapies become more complex and the industry accelerates, the bioprocess professionals face three core challenges: investing in setup and maintenance, managing onboarding and turnover, and specialized support. How much is your time worth? While many devices seem straightforward, labor hours spent on self-service or product loss from incomplete or incorrect configuration can cost more than the professional services. As you're managing a lab, people come and go. As scientists join and leave companies, expertise on device maintenance and usage can significantly decrease or be lost completely. This makes efficient training tutorials crucial to ongoing success. Bioprocess is complex. Each company produces unique products with different recipes and critical process specifications. Scientists need support which matches their level of expertise to make sure that they meet their goals. If we fail to close this gap, we accept unnecessary cost, downtime, frustration, production risk, and slowed innovation. The vital role of post-purchase service is a key component in all success in bioprocessing. From the moment you purchase the equipment, it's a pivot point. It initiates a committed partnership. We see it as a continuous journey focused on maximizing your investment, from pre-commissioning to installation, initial training, ongoing remote support, preventive maintenance, and repair coverage. Each step is critical to ensuring that your bioprocess runs smoothly and reliably from start to finish. This continuous engagement helps mitigate risks and maintain optimal performance throughout the life cycle of the equipment. Smarter service isn't a cost center. It's a key driver in bioprocessing success. This represents a strategic shift from the old, reactive, fix it when it breaks model to a proactive, predictable partnership. We aren't waiting for a problem, we're preventing it. Why does it matter? In bioprocess, there's no risk for tolerance. That's why we emphasize that a care contract is not just an extended warranty, it is essential risk mitigation. It is the assurance that your critical processes are protected. Uptime and compliance, predictability maximizes uptime. Our certified experts maintain your equipment meticulously, following protocols and standards. This not only keeps your processes running smoothly, but also ensures compliance and process integrity, which is non-negotiable in bioprocess. All of this together allows you to focus on your core mission. By entrusting us with the predictability and maintenance of your equipment, your team can finally shift focus from equipment management back to your core mission, getting therapies to patients. Our service allows you to truly focus on patients. Pendotech Agility. Despite the scale of Mettler-Toledo as a global organization, Pendotech remains agile, constantly driving a smarter approach to satisfy customers efficiently. You get the best of both worlds, the resources of a global leader with the responsiveness of a focused partner. Our service model is built on 3 essential pillars designed to close the success gap and provide continuous, reliable support for your operations. The first pillar is strategic focus, your direction as you navigate your product experience. Pendotech provides transparent insights through data, case studies, and consultative sessions to help you plan for success and avoid pitfalls from skipping initial setup. Ultimately, this focus helps plan for success by addressing challenges like the costs and delays that often come from skipping proper initial setup and commissioning. The second pillar is streamlined learning. Your tutor has options to optimize your education. Pendotech empowers users with quick start guides and instructional videos to facilitate multimodal knowledge delivery for every type of person. See it, hear it, read it, and do it with your entire team or alone at your bench. The third pillar is dedicated support, your lifeline for your lab. Pendotech offers high-quality technical support through video calls, predictable cost service contracts, and regularly scheduled preventive maintenance. These 3 pillars work together to ensure you have the reliability, knowledge, and strategic partnership needed to achieve your goals. Our smarter service approach is built on 3 pillars designed to close the post-purchase success gap and provide continuous support. First, dedicated support offers high-quality, predictable service contracts, preventive maintenance, commissioning, and tailored training. Second, community learning empowers users with quick start guides and instructional videos to facilitate peer-powered knowledge sharing. Third, strategic focus provides honest insights through data, case studies, and consultative sessions to help you plan for success and avoid pitfalls from skipping initial setup. This leads to mutual success as complexity simplifies into predictability, which transforms our buyer-vendor relationship into a long-term partnership. Now it's time to take action. We encourage you to explore our care contracts with your account manager to lock in predictability for your most critical assets. Streamline your experience by requesting service through our dedicated support portal. And don't forget to visit our YouTube channel to access training content and contribute your insights to your peers. Your success is our success. Join the smarter service ecosystem and help us shape the future of bioprocessing. Pendotech is committed to prioritizing you through proactive services and a growing team dedicated to your needs. The future of bioprocess is bright, and Pendotech is committed to prioritizing our customers through proactive service offerings and an expanding service team. Thank you for your attention and commitment to advancing bioprocess through smarter service and lasting partnerships.
All right, we'd like to open up for questions now for our Q&A session. Please type your questions in the YouTube chat and we will look at them and answer them. We have our panel here. It's me, Nick, and Amanda. We're happy to answer your questions. Okay. Okay, so we have a first question. Single-use technologies clearly offer flexibility and contamination control, but how do manufacturers ensure regulatory compliance when using disposable components?
I can take that one.
Okay.
Thanks, Dan, and thanks for everyone that joined today. I'm Nick Choice, an engineering lead for sensors and transmitters here at Pendotech. So on the regulatory compliance for disposable or single-use components, I think there's a few aspects to this, or a few different ways in which manufacturers control this or ensure compliance. One, I would say, is robust validation, because these parts are designed to be used and then thrown away. They can't necessarily be reused, can't always be tested afterwards. There's a lot of pre-work that has to go into validating and qualifying any single-use component, both for its performance and its regulatory compliance, material compliance, making sure that all of the materials used are biocompatible, non-cytotoxic, and then it's going to meet its intended use or specification. The second aspect, I would say, is documentation. That's very important in any drug manufacturing process. Basically, a traceability or a paper trail to the component that you're using, meets its specifications, is the right component, is the right part number, lot number, serial number, anything that can be traced back in case there is an event of the issue of an issue. But yeah, in general, having all the details of that component traceable all the way back to the original manufacturer is important. And the last piece of that, I would say, is just having really tight manufacturing controls. In the case of sensors, and specifically Pendotech single-use sensors, we manufacture to extremely tight tolerances to make sure the sensors are going to be accurate and work when when they are received or used in their final final application, that by having strong manufacturing controls and having a very robust process, you can ensure that those disposable components are going to work when it comes time to manufacture a batch of drugs. Thank you for the question.
All right. Thank you, Nick. That was great. All right. Let's go to our next question. With the dynamic nature of new and developing modalities like ADCs, peptides, and gene therapies, where do you see the greatest opportunity for keeping up with bioprocessing equipment needs? I'll take this one. I'm proud to say Pendotech maintains a very agile and versatile product line. We love our analog input and output signals that allow us to work with many industry standard devices. For the analog input signals, we use 4 to 20 milliamp and 0 to 10 volt industry standard signals. So when our customers have peripherals that they're using specifically for their process, we have our transmitters and control systems are able to use flying lead cables and connect directly to our different variety of needs for this wide range of bioprocessing products. We have all different kinds of signals we can collect, and that allows us to stay up to date when, regardless of what you're recording, we can record it and collect your data into one central location with our various software platforms. And it also allows for, with our control system product line, we have the ability to use just about any pump that you can imagine. With many industry standard and popular pumps, we have dedicated cables for, and we also support through our service offerings different compatible pumps that are new and emerging. So one example is some sanitary rotary pumps have been able to be configured and used with our control systems. That's a recent development and something that one of our key accounts was able to integrate into their system very quickly. Within a month of receiving their new pump, we used support resources and got them configured and set up and running with their new pump that we had frankly never seen before, and we just learned it and we got it running for them. And that's what makes us agile, and that's what people love about Pendotech. Is you could use whatever peripherals and pumps you want. As long as we can plug into it, we're going to make it happen. All right, let's go to our next question. For teams just beginning to integrate automation into their bioprocessing workflows, what's a good starting point? Are there small steps they can take before fully transitioning to smart systems?
I think that's another one for me. Okay. Thanks, Dan. So I'll say, as you're starting to integrate automation into your bioprocess, starting early, I would say, is what's most important, to be thinking about this from the beginning of your design or development progress. It's much more difficult to shoehorn in an automation solution or figure out how you're going to handle the data once the process has already been set up. Whereas from the beginning, if you are thinking about that as part of your design parameters or design inputs and outputs of what data are we going to collect, what are we going to do with it, and how are we going to send that up the information chain, or how are we going to use that information, the earlier these things are considered, the easier it will be to integrate later. In terms of small steps, transitioning to smart systems is going to take time. It'll take a lot of small steps, or really even larger steps to fully transition. But I think doing what you can along the way is helpful. So yeah, just talking about it, thinking about it early on in the design process is probably the first thing to do. Other than that, making, like, when you're selecting the equipment, the transmitters, monitors, PLCs, the different equipment you need for automation, making sure you select stuff that is compatible or is able to meet your desired output is important. And I'll say, lastly, is preparing for the future as well. Even if you're not developing a fully smart system, if you're developing a new process, speccing in equipment that has the ability to do smarter forms of communication, different digital communication in the future, so that when you are ready to use it, or if you qualify or validate a material, then it'll be easier to introduce later in the future. Those are all things that I think can help for ultimately transitioning to automation.
Thank you, Nick. All right, we're going to move to our next question. Our next question is, you mentioned seamless sensor integration as being essential for optimizing manufacturing. What are some of the biggest challenges companies face when integrating multiple sensor platforms into existing bioprocess systems? Okay, Amanda, here you go.
All right. Hi, everyone. Thanks again for joining. I'm Amanda, product manager at Pendotech for our pressure sensor portfolio. So I think Nick touched on this a little bit, but one of the biggest challenges right now with integrating sensors and sensor platforms from different manufacturers and companies is that these products are working on different digital protocols, different platforms. And so that's making integration and setup more complex and difficult. So especially as the industry continues to adopt more advanced technology, we're seeing a shift from standard analog signals to digital communication, but even analog sensors to more smart sensors. It's creating some complexity in the setup. So I think that's going to be a challenge until the industry standardizes on a platform or communication protocol. And as Nick mentioned, that transition is going to take some time. I think that there's a lot of steps involved in that. But I think ultimately in the future, once the industry standardizes more on a specific platform or protocol, it's going to make it easier in the future.
All right, thank you, Amanda. We're going to go to our next question. What systems are helping biopharma companies move closer to Bioprocess 4.0, which is true continuous bioprocessing? And what challenges still need to be addressed for full adoption? I'll take this one. If we look at what Bioprocess 4.0 really is, it's a fully connected and integrated system from beginning to end. So from that initial cell being chosen for cloning into the bioprocess workflow, all the way down to fill and finish when the final product is packaged and then shipped out. That entire process will be integrated closed tube system and as automated as possible is what we expect. So when we're thinking about Bioprocess 4.0, we have a lot of things that within that system need to be streamlined. And this is where we recognize the Mettler-Toledo value chain. With all of our different divisions and business units, we work together along this value chain from the R&D laboratory to the quality control lab, scale up and production and filling, packaging, and then once we have that Bioprocess 4.0, we even cover the logistics and then into the retail spaces of supermarkets and pharmacies. And that's where Pendotech plays a key role in that downstream process portfolio where everything of our sensors is in line. It's ready to be built into this Bioprocess 4.0. And that's what gives us the versatility to adapt as this industry evolves. The biggest challenge is going to be working with our partners to standardize and streamline technologies that are going to be able to adapt to all these different products in bioprocess. As we mentioned before, there's a wide variety of size and modalities. It could be a protein, it could be a cell, it could be a viral package, it could be a multitude of things, and even in combination in the same delivery system. We see that all the time, and I'm sure you've seen on commercials. So when we think about the future and how this is going to develop further, this is exactly what we need to do to keep up with the industry. And I think we're making good headway with that. So we'll go to our next question now. You talked about working hand in hand with customers to shape the future of bioprocessing. What does that collaboration look like in practice? How do you gather feedback and turn it into product innovation? Okay,
So Pendotech has a very customer-centric approach to innovation. So whenever we're looking to innovate a new product, we always start by thinking about the customer. So we'll start by conducting voice of customer interviews. We're actually conducting one right now. And that's to make sure that we truly understand the customer need, the customer pain points, what changes they would like to see, what we do really well that they would like us to continue doing. So that's to make sure that we're not making any assumptions moving forward when we innovate. And during product development, we'll actually also involve customers in that journey as well. So when we have prototypes available, we will frequently go to customers during the development phases and ask for feedback on them. And we take that very seriously, and we'll make those modifications if we believe that's the way to go. So we definitely take customer feedback very seriously. If a customer approaches us wanting to make a new product or give us feedback on an existing product, we definitely always review that very carefully internally, and we'll make those changes as needed.
All right. Thank you, Amanda. We're going to go to our next question. How has Industry 4.0 specifically changed the day-to-day operations in bioprocessing? Are we seeing more fully automated facilities, or is it still a gradual transition? Okay.
Thanks, Dan. Another good question. So I kind of hinted at it earlier, but the changes being brought about by Industry 4.0 and automation are definitely gradual, just with the critical nature of our industry in producing drugs for patients and different biopharmaceuticals, that there's generally a more conservative approach when it comes to change, and understandably so, that just with the inherent risk with that. So I wouldn't say Industry 4.0 has changed day-to-day operations so much. Yeah, I would say it is changing them. There are a few fully automated facilities, or maybe not fully, but on their way to being fully automated facilities that I am familiar with, that I have heard of, and this is kind of just the beginning. The day-to-day operations, there's still a good mix of both. Most of the bioprocesses are still the traditional levels of data collection automation that have been used with single use, not really taking advantage of some of the newer technologies, newer communication channels, machine learning, other things like that come with Industry 4.0. I think that it will come. One of the challenges is there's many processes that are being used that were created or implemented 5-10 years ago, and there's not a desire, or there's actually a desire not to change these processes because they're working well. That even if there are a ton of benefits of adapting Industry 4.0 and its principles and adding levels of automation to that process, the risk of something going wrong is not worth it to a lot of manufacturers. So they're hesitant to make that change. Where we'll really see the benefits of Industry 4.0 is in the newer modalities, the processes that are being developed right now that it can integrate Industry 4.0 and automation from the beginning, rather than having to make a change in the future. So I think that's what we'll really see, is the day-to-day operations in your advanced therapies, cell and gene therapy, which are much smaller scale, newer processes that are in a critical period right now of still really coming together. I think you'll see a lot more Industry 4.0 and automation built into these processes from the beginning. Thank you.
Thank you, Nick. Seems we've gone through all of the questions in our channel, and we want to thank you for your time and joining us for this webinar. This is our first webinar with Pendotech. We're celebrating 20 years of innovation, and we look forward to seeing you in the next one.